What it do, Bean Crew? It's your boy Savon Thomas, back with another episode of Coffee and Comments. And today we're going to review the movie Jurassic World Dominion.
We're racing toward the extinction of our species. We not only lack dominion over nature, we're subordinate to it.
Come back.
I always come back.
Welcome back. Again, this is a review of the movie Jurassic World Dominion. Just came out in theaters. I saw it unexpectedly. I think that's what I'm trying to say there. I'm not sure. But my girlfriend's family wanted to go see it in the theaters, so we went to go watch it. I planned on watching every movie prior to watching it, but it ended up happening that they wanted to go see it, so I was like, okay, F it, I guess I'll just go watch it. I did watch a quick video. There's always, I don't know why people get so frustrated though. They're like, man, I haven't seen every single movie before I watch the end. There's every video you can imagine on YouTube. There's so many videos on YouTube talking about all the different Jurassic parks and Jurassic Worlds that lead up to the movie. So if you ever are in a bunch or in a bind, go just search on YouTube. That movie you're gonna watch, everything leading up to it. And there's plenty of videos out there that will explain to you what you missed from different movies or what you need to know from different movies, so that when you watch it, you are caught up. And that's what I did. So I knew everything going on because so to kind of back up, I've seen Jurassic Park 1, I've seen Jurassic Park 3, which 3 is my favorite. I've seen Jurassic Park, and secondly, that's 4, Jurassic World. The first one, Chris Pratt. Don't really remember it that well, but I do remember watching it maybe once or twice. And so Dominion, I wasn't like the guy that's like, man, I need to go see this, but I plan on watching it. And so for me, as a casual, I liked it, right? Which I know is kind of counterintuitive to what people are saying about the movie. But as far as like from an action perspective, I liked it. It was cheesy, and there was a lot of stuff in there that was unbelievable, right? Like the fact that who was it? I think Laura Dern's character outruns a raptor, or even Chris Pratt outruns raptors on his scooter. That for me, those things like that, I nitpicked it, and I was like, dang, that's so unbelievable. Or the fact that he's like underwater, there's raptors coming at him full speed, and somehow he still gets pulled up out of the water without the raptor biting him at all. There was stuff in the movie that was like super cheesy, and I agree with what the people are saying about it as far as like critiques and the aspect. It was unreal, unrealistic, but it's still a movie, and it's still I don't want to call it a child's film because there's stuff that was kind of, gory, but it's, how can I put it? They wanted to make a feel-good movie towards the ending. I, myself, would have definitely killed off one of the characters. Somebody needed to die. Whether that was Alan Grant, whether that was Laura Dern's character, whether that was Chris Pratt's character, somebody needed to die. I'm glad that it wasn't any of the black people that got killed off. They all survived, which is fantastic. But it was just interesting because they left everybody alive. They made each other. Nobody ever died. Like, it was unbelievable. Only people that died were the bad guys, for the most part, was the bad people. The acting in this movie, outside of the cheesy stuff, the stuff that was kind of unrealistic, it was a decent film. Like, I enjoyed the action. I like dinosaurs. I like seeing the dinosaurs. Like the scene where who was it? I think Claire is underneath the water, and like the dinosaur is like right over the water, and he should have bit her. Honestly, he just screamed over the water, so that's something you can critique too. But he just screams over the water, and she's like underneath the water. That was a little bit unbelievable. But also, I guess now I'm starting talking about this stuff. If the dinosaur saw her crawling into the water and did nothing, and then just puts his face over the water and screams into it, that's a little bit stupid. The more I'm talking about this, the more I'm kind of like, this movie's kind of dumb. The two biggest people that stole the show for me was Ramsey, who was played by the guy from Archive 81. I forget his name, but it's probably on screen right now. And then the girl that played Kayla, I believe her name was, that actress, I think her name is Dewanda. Those two in that movie they were awesome, right? And I love it again, I'm not a fan of, like, how can I put this? I love representation of black people within movies, right? I'm not the person that's like, replace Alan Grant, excuse me, with a black guy and make Alan Grant black now. I'm the type of person that's like, create characters and lanes for other cultures within shows and movies. And so seeing these characters in this show and movie, I loved it because, I mean, if you look at the other Jurassic Parks, the ones I've seen, there was no black people there. There was no black scientists. There was none of that stuff. And so seeing, like, you have a black scientist, you have a black girl who's not a scientist, but plays a great part, but she's also in the evil world, but then she plays a kind of redemptive thing. There's a lot of, it's cool seeing the different characters. And then you have the one guy who's in the police, the CIA. So you have a lot of black representation in this movie, which I rather enjoy because you add that fact. I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed this movie a little bit more too, is because they added more black characters. And as a black guy, that matters, right? For me, representation definitely matters. Plot-wise, acting was good though. I enjoyed the people in the movie. And this movie, I mean, it was decent. I gave it a 7.1, right? Which is a lot higher than a lot of people were giving it. But I enjoyed just the action. I came out of the theaters and I was like, man, I enjoyed the movie, right? It wasn't everything I wanted, but also I'm not like a big Jurassic person, so it wasn't like I didn't get stuff from the movie or anything like that. Like, there's no disappointment for me. I just came in with no expectations, and so seeing the dinosaurs and the fighting and all this other stuff, it was cool. I enjoyed it, right? Now, storyline, could there be some improvements? Yes. Could there be some actualities, like if Chris Pratt's on the bicycle, do the dinosaurs not fall 10 times and he should have got bit at least one time? Probably. Like, that could have been different, but it's interesting. So, anyways, that's my thoughts, my comments, my opinions. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Coffee and Comments.
Nothing to lose, I was starving from the start. Not the same cat driving Jaguars.